Hey there, hi there, it's me, Priscilla B, and welcome to your Shadow Soulmate reading. Alright, collective. So, what that means pretty much is I'm going to be reading the energy of yourself, of your soulmate, if you have one. If not, then maybe it's just a part of yourself that you aren't spending enough time taken care of. Like you need some serious self love right now. Um, and that's okay. That's what this is for. And the shadow aspect of this is to understand what kind of maybe not so great energies that you have to, not that you have to deal with it, but like that you probably are like a witness to in your own life, and you want to do the shadow work for yourself, not for your partner. That's their work they need to do. Well, this will just hopefully clarify some things and hopefully help just yeah. So I have like a cold right now or something, so just bear with me. But anyways, up first we have um, this oracle card, and it is the Weeping Willow, the number 30, and the word abandonment. Okay, so this is like really what you are feeling, okay, right now. I feel like collectively there's like a sense of abandonment. Maybe not literal abandonment, maybe, I don't know, but this could be like a metaphor for something. Um, Either way, though, you definitely feel like alone. Um, Maybe you feel um, just like isolated. I love willow trees. I mean, willow trees are like my favorite. Um, and I love them because probably because there was like a giant willow tree on the street that I grew up in that I thought was just like mind blowingly amazing. And also, I love the talking willow tree in Pocahontas. So there you go. Willow tree. All right. Willow tree energy. Let's go. Okay. Um, yeah, let's see what this willow tree means spiritually. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like we have to clear out some old energy. Yeah, this is all about healing, adaptability, emotional balance, uh, and connection to the spirit world, adaptability and flexibility. The willow's ability to bend without breaking symbolizes resilience and the wisdom to yield in the face of change. This teaches us to move with life's ebb and flow rather than resist it. Healing and soothing energy. Known as the tree of enchantment, the willow is linked to emotional healing, calming turbulent feelings, and releasing pain or resentment. Its bark has been used medicinally for centuries, reflecting its dual role in physical and spiritual healing. All right, so um, the ancient Greece and Rome, sacred to Persephone, goddess of the underworld, and Hecate, goddess of magic and crossroads. The willow was seen as a liminal tree offering safe passage between life and death. Dream and intuition work, its liminal nature makes it a symbol for exploring dreams, the unconscious, and spiritual thresholds. Beautiful. Love it. Amazing. Let's go. Um, with the shadow work, sometimes um, this will lead us into the dream world, into the unconscious. All right. I think this is just my theory. I don't know if anyone else agrees with it, but my theory is that the unconscious, once you've tapped into your unconscious, which a lot of people say is like impossible and you can't do it. I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know. Just saying. I think the unconscious world, it appears in your dream, yes. And the color orange to me is very symbolic of the unconscious world. I feel like if you're dreaming in like grayish, black and white, then you're in your subconscious. And I feel like if you are dreaming in color, um, not specifically orange, but just like, like a regular average conscious day, like maybe you see green and yellow, maybe you're outside in nature, that's your conscious. Okay, that's what it's better, for me personally, it's better to categorize each layer of consciousness into like think of it as like color coding, or you're organizing your mind with colors. I think that's the easiest way to do it and keep it all organized. Because it can get pretty confusing, for sure.
Mommy, it's this. It's this.
So, okay. Gemini, why do I think of Gemini? Okay, probably because I just finished Gemini's reading. Yeah. Okay, random. Let's go. Okay, so we have here the soulmate spread from my Darkwood Tarot book. Okay. Okay, so the soulmate spread, up first is your soulmate's card. Okay. So let's get an idea of what your soulmate is probably feeling at this time. Okay. Alright, let's see. Maybe you're going through a breakup or something right now. I don't know. Like, this is collective, and I feel like a lot of people go through breakups. They go through separation periods. They go through not hearing from someone for a very long time after they've, like, just been intimate with them, and they, like, automatically are like, okay, I need to know what's happening with this person that I was, like, very close to for, like, a hot minute, like a hot sec. Like, I feel like, it's good to know what's going on energetically. There's no shame in that. That's probably where some abandonment's even coming from right now. Okay, so let's see. Oftentimes, though, I will say that, like, if people aren't spiritually aligned with themselves, then they will have a harder time of communicating. Someone who is, like, very attuned, very spiritually aligned, they will process information a lot like faster and healthier. I feel like it might take them a couple days or a couple hours or like a little while to get back, but they will. And I'm not saying like that's just in general. Okay, with a soulmate connection, I'm gonna just say it. Usually when people are feeling a soulmate connection, it is an energy, okay? It doesn't always last forever. However, I will say that usually that is directly related to someone that you have had sex with, okay? So I'm probably going to lose like a lot of viewers like just from saying that. And you know what? Bye. Adios, amigo. However, like that is really like how a soulmate connection like feels like, like you're not gonna say like, I'm not even gonna say it a lot because it's too like cringy, but like whatever. Yeah, just read my mind, okay, collective. You get what I'm saying. Soulmate. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. That is a pretty good energy, I must say. Very grounded energy. Okay, a leader, financial advisor. Like they take control of their finances and their power over that aspect of their life is very important to them. a lot of their focus and their drive definitely stems from, turning, uh, you know, energy into material gain, into material wealth. Um, so overall, pretty positive. Um, very mature. I will say it's a very mature energy. It doesn't like to play games. I feel like it takes work very seriously. Um, it it's very career oriented. Let's see if I can find Queen of Pentacles in here. Here we are. It's the end of the book here. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles, sensual goddess. The Queen of Pentacles reflects a personality pleasantly entranced with the natural world and with the ability to manipulate it. She is representative of physical manifestation and the care of herself and others. Touch, sensation, and texture are of the utmost importance. Taste, form, and aesthetic are high on her list of priorities. She commands all five physical senses and uses them to continually enjoy and embrace the experience of being alive. She uses this taste to bring pleasure and manifestation to others. She is often found in wooden glens, under rocks and trees, lingering in your garden, and in the reflection of your looking glass. Love, care, and nurturing, motherly love, manifestation of something physical, the evolving physical body, cooking, cleaning, and rearranging, gardening, teaching, and creating spaces that make people feel warm and at home. Yeah, so the shadow side to this beautiful energy, okay, there is a shadow side. The witch who fools you into things you really don't want and especially don't need. The ability to lead you astray with material possessions, being consumed with the cost or indulgence of any item, and spending money for money's sake. The dark hole never is filled. Now, I'm all for retail therapy, okay? I love shopping just as much as the next, shopaholic. Okay, it's called girl math, okay? Um, However, this would stem more into someone who is hoarding a lot, they're a hoarder. They have piles and piles and piles and piles upon stuff that you can't even walk anywhere, you can't even see straight. There's just too much going on. Okay. And yeah, there's a normal level of messiness and accumulated stuff that over time gets recycled out or whatever. I'm not talking about that. Like I'm talking about someone who's just you can't even walk into the room because there's just it's like a fire safety hazard and concern. Okay. Um so that is definitely a psychological thing that needs help. Um, Hopefully you're not dealing with that. Obviously that would not be fun to deal with. But just something to look out for, even if it's not necessarily a soulmate, it's just someone who's just dropping random things off at your home unannounced without your permission, bags and bags filled of stuff. Like that's a shadow. That's someone with serious shadow energy, and they really are being destructive, and they really need to do their shadow work. Okay. Um, and here's a picture of the Queen of Pentacles, sensual goddess. Okay. I love the artwork in this book. Okay. So she's obviously she's not a hoarder. Okay. Um, so, yeah. Um, so let's move on now to you. Okay. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, and the letter T. Okay, so we got the letter Q and the letter T. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Let's take a look here at that Knight of Pentacles energy. Um, yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady. The Knight of Pentacles reflects the slow and sensual yet seismic activity of the energy of the earth. He takes his time making decisions and carefully plots and plans all he does. Just because he's slow moving and cautious, don't think he's dead in the water. Every move counts, everything takes on meaning. Do not rush him. Knights are the harbingers of messages. The wise owl descends to do the knight's bidding. A message is on the way, and it will have real world results and visible benefits. The knight displays a cautious personality who chooses action with care. He would rather take small steps than risk a large failure. In this way, he is safe. He is a gentle soul who never wounds on purpose. Take your time, thinking things through, slow and steady. Energy wins the race. Careful planning, realism in the face of what is before you. Hard work and diligence, complete dedication to a task. Messages on the way, dependable. The shadow side is lost in the minutiae of life. Hyper-focus, stealing attention from important basic life activities. Obsessive compulsive behavior, concern for material objects, needy and incomplete, looking at the dark side of life. Okay. You know, I gotta say, like, the shadow side to the Knight of Pentacles is definitely not a fun energy to be around or be witnessing. It's like, it's already been done. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you fall into that trap of thinking that this person is like not gonna be all like I'm all for like the dark and mysterious energy, like that's cool and everything, but there just like comes a point where like someone needs to like step out of their cave and like meet the day. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now you might, be thinking about that and processing that with your soulmate. Like you might be like, you know, and this is like your energy too. So it's like I don't want to say it's like it's on you, okay, but it kind of is on you though. Like you have to kind of think of it this way, like if you haven't been coming out of your cave and you haven't been like communicating with your soulmate, what are you doing exactly? You know what I'm saying? And that's where the energy can start to like diffuse and like the particles start to like spread around, and then the magic and the chemistry flatlines. And at that point, you're just like dead in the water and you're just like, well, that was fun while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? So try to have like the perspective of like, are you meeting your soulmate halfway? Are they meeting you halfway? Because if you guys can't even meet each other halfway, the energy is just not going to be there. And then, sometimes what happens is a person will like come around later when they're feeling a certain type of way. And you're just like, well, like, you're so poor at like, just being like slightly available. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing can like really, um, like make a relationship difficult. The hoarding thing, that is something that I think on a psychological level, uh, needs like develops over time. So I think that is a different like needs a different perspective. But than someone who's just like, you know, I feel like not being really open a lot. So what we teach each other, you have the Page of Pentacles and the letter P. Okay, so you're moving away from like this feeling of like loss and abandonment, and you're moving towards something that is actually going to like help you learn. You both learn something from the soulmate connections. Like you both learn something about yourself through it, through the experience. Okay, so let's see what that is. I love how it's all pentacles. experience right now. So it's all like very grounded energy. Like you guys like don't have like your heads in the cloud about anything. You guys are like being very level headed and practical about this connection. So that's good. Page of Pentacles, the student. The page holds a pentacle in her hand. She looks deeply, observing the magic of the five-pointed star hidden within. Her dress is crafted from the bark of the trees, linking the page to the energy of growth and manifestation. In the material world, along with the ancient wisdom of the wood, the Page of Pentacles is the perpetual student who absorbs information like a sponge. She integrates information, takes what she learns, and creates new worlds for herself. She is handy and crafty. Pentacles relate to the physical cells of the body, and the page is completely at home in herself. She is the perfect state of being without judgment. She has faith in others and faith in herself. She is sensorial and tactical in her approach to the world. Use what you have and place it into action. Trust what you see before you. It does not deceive. You have what you need at your fingertips. It is time to use it. The solution is at hand. More is on the way. The shadow is saying here, observe. So this shadow energy is something that you guys like share jointly together. That might seem weird to hear because I myself, I think it sounds weird saying it out loud because I've only studied like shadow work from the aspect and the perspective of like individual shadow work. But I do think that there is a combination of shadow energy that once two people have like, I'll use the word intimate, okay? Once two people have been intimate with each other, they've created something, okay? You can believe me or not, I don't really care, like just from a spiritual perspective. And I think that that energy, yes, there's positive side to it, there's also a shadow side to it. So this is pretty much what you guys have created together, okay? Observe. There is magic in front of you if you will stop to see, taste, and feel it. You are overlooking resources that can help you achieve your goals. Gaze beneath the surface of the situation at hand. Look through the veneer to see the structure of life and the repeating patterns making up the essential nature of reality. Find the patterns. Discover how things are more similar than they are different. To eradicate any idea of you versus them, everything is interconnected. I didn't make that up. That is what it says here. Okay? And this is the page. Okay? So it goes Queen, Knight, Page. Yeah. I feel like you guys are like going back in time or something here. You're like, your timelines are like, you guys can like travel to like, feel like you guys travel to like a euphoric place, you know? And like, that place is like special and like sacred to both of you. And I also feel like um, it's a safe place, right? It's a safe place, right? Because like no one can get like hurt in that place, but there's also like reality too, right? So we talked about this in the beginning about like unconsciousness and that abandonment is like maybe you guys both feel abandonment right now and you're unconscious and that you guys are sharing that similar um, energetic bond right now too as well. Um, you're both trying to see how you guys are like similar um, because you want to eradicate the idea of like it's just them, it's just you, it's just them. It's like your soulmate. It's like an energetic bond, okay, where you guys not codependency, but you guys are like one with each other. If that makes sense. Um, so yeah, um, different bodies, one mind, kind of idea there. Um, yeah, you guys can just like read each other. I don't know. Like, I'm picking up on that. What separates us? Okay, this is where like all the questions stem from. Okay, this is where I see a lot of questions come from when it comes to soulmate connections, romantic connections, intimate connections. What separates us? Okay, and this is the biggest part of the equation, really, because this is where all the fear stems from, all the concerns, and that's usually where the connection ultimately decides it's not worth fighting for because of the separation, okay, because of the disconnect, okay. So we have here what separates us. 10 of Pentacles. Again, I shuffled these cards, okay. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, material energy here, taking an energy and turning it into material. The queen is like the boss of that, so like she's really the leader here of all of that, which is interesting. It's like your soulmate is the leader of this, like leading the way and getting 10 of Pentacles. Okay, wow, it's a tree. Oh my god, look. And we had the willow tree. What if the tree looked like this in the shadow world, in the dark wood? You know? Would you still go inside the tree? Right? Would you want to wonder what's in there? I don't know. Okay. Um, so this is the threshold. Okay. A door of life opens inside an ancient tree. This is the tree of creation. The oldest tree in the wood, gnarled roots spread like hair beneath the tree. The dark wood is infinite. Its paths and doorways lead into ever evolving fluidity, richness of possibility and growth. The tree invites us to leave our material senses and concerns to move deeper into the experience of reality. The tree leads us out of the material realm of pentacles that have fully manifested to their ultimate destiny. The cycle is complete. Undiscovered, suits multiply dimensions, and wild possibilities await. Everything you have ever experienced is just a hint of what is to come. Animals gather at the tree, cultivating like the pentacles. The crowds reflect the supernatural ability of biolocation, being in two places at once. Spiders weave the web of fate inside the tree. A mama cat and her kitten reflect generations of feline mystery. Bats reflect initiation and shamanic death. The senses are how we find ourselves in this world. They are also how we leave it behind. And we started with the Queen of Pentacles, who pretty much like owned all the senses. Okay. The culmination of a project, the gathering of generations, family and groups of people, the end of a cycle leading to unexpected new places. A door opens, opportunity beckons, seeing through the trick of the material world, embracing the interconnectivity of all things. Shadow. What price do we pay when a door opens for us, yet we decide we are unworthy to enter? Animals, trees, and flowers evolve without second guessing themselves. Allow internal resistance to dissipate. Say yes to what appears before you. Saying yes. Okay? That is what is getting in the way right now. Is that you guys both don't want to say yes to each other. Um, so if you guys can get out of your own way and you guys can agree to say yes, I'm willing to um, see things through. I'm willing to embrace interconnectivity. You're willing to embrace your soulmate's energy with your energy and create a life together. That is, you keep reaching those milestones. and you set that plan in motion. Um, okay, so what action to take? Nine of Pentacles, of course. Nine of Pentacles, duh. I mean, like, okay, I did shuffle these cards, but that's okay. I love it. I love it. It's all Pentacles. It's amazing. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like the secret garden. Okay, the dark fairy who is born from the shadows of the dark woods stands in her secret garden. It is her innermost sanctum, a place no one has ever seen but her. Nine pentacles blossom in the grapevines. A snail creeps near her foot. She casts her eyes to the side as if something or someone has caught her attention. The Nine of Pentacles reflects manifestation and the culmination of a wish, desire, or goal. Nines are the number of wish fulfillment. The fairy takes deep pleasure in manifestation for herself before sharing it with anyone else. This is the card of inherited traits and talents. It is being happy with the self and taking refuge in quality time alone and appreciating the finer things in life. It is knowing who you are. Luxury and the taste for the finer things in life, appreciating value and quality in craftsmanship, self-care, inherited talents, gifts, and DNA, lineage connecting us to our ancestors, slow-moving energy, fierce loyalty. The shadow, quiet peace and privacy protects personal energy from the interference of others. Personal energy can be multiplied when it is not automatically shared with others. In an age where it is all too tempting to make your personal life public, this card reminds us to always keep a little for yourself, no matter how generous you feel. And I think that's really important to remember, collective, because I feel like a lot of people, they want to know your personal life, they want to know your information. Um, and I feel like you have been sharing like a lot, okay? And I feel like you don't have to share everything. You don't have to put all like the details out there for all the world to see. I feel like there's just like a few like details that you know are important to you and that give you like a kind of reassurance that you're moving in the direction that you're meant to be going in. And I feel like when you are really truly yourself and when you really just want to like open up to the right people at the right time, you're going to know when that right time is. And you're going to know who those right people are. And yeah, you like having your privacy. You definitely like protecting um your secret garden. Like you don't want everyone to like know your business, and like you also don't need to like explain yourself to everybody either too. So I feel like you're just like you're doing like what you want to do and you're doing the best you can do. And again, this is like a collective energy and this is like a connection that you share with someone else. And it can also be just a connection you share with yourself. Take it how it resonates. Um, this series that I'm going to be working on is going to be about um, you and your soulmate. Whether that right now you're just going through a spiritual phase and journey in your life where you're just loving on yourself as much as possible. Um, like, you know, you consider yourself like single, for instance, um, then that's great. If you are someone who's like married or exclusively dating somebody, then that might relate to you in that regard. So take it as it resonates. But at the end of the day, you know, self love is very important. Self care is very important. So just don't forget that. Don't forget, even if you are partnered with somebody, you still deserve to like have some time for yourself and you know process everything. Okay. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching, collective, beautiful souls. Take care now. Bye.